Welcome to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Arael Marrocco. The ACIO has a long history of helping humanity from the deep recesses of time. This is the first time the ACIO has become available to the public, aside from an earlier visitation by their 15th Division, the Wingmakers. Peter the Insider, originally from Slovakia, is the director of their 12th Division, and Jessica Arael Marrocco is in Cicada 3301, their 6th Division. Together, they provide intel, insights on current events, a deeper perspective on aliens and UFOs, super soldier missions with Unit 374 in the Merge, and news relevant for disclosure. Don't forget to subscribe to keep updated with our latest intel and post any questions and comments below.
Hello everyone. We did a session today with the person that Peter calls as Jackson. He refers to him as Jackson because he said that he was somehow connected to Michael Jackson in this other reality. But we also discovered he had some other very, very powerful connections, and one of them being the character Dutch. I believe there's 2 movies, maybe there's more, but I believe there's at least 2, and which didn't fully depict his personality, but was something that maybe they needed him to do at some point. There is also another kind of lead-in that we see that he's connected to Morpheus in the Matrix. But the one that we're going to focus on today is, of course, the connection between Peter and I with Jackson is the character in Fringe called Phillip Broyles, who was the special agent in charge of the Homeland Security that leads the Fringe division. So I guess we can listen in and see what happens. But, you know, sometimes some people are wearing many hats, and we can explore that. And the characters, these are the individuals that these shows, movies, TV series, video games are based off of. So I know it might be a stretch for some people, but listen in and see how it all unfolds. Thank you for listening.
I want to ask you, what about your cousin? Your cousin is a pastor, right? He's a priest, isn't he?
Mine?
Yeah.
My cousin? No.
No, I give him a second. You've got a cousin, and he was a cousin. You've got a cousin, and he was the priest in Vietnam.
Oh, wow. Okay. Okay. I don't know. I can't remember any of that. I don't know.
Yeah, I've got solid memory because I was in Vietnam too, just by the way, in alternate reality.
Okay.
Yeah, your favorite edition.
It doesn't look like that's it's not it.
No, I'm talking about Jessica's mug, because I don't know. Puck isn't my favorite breed of dog, you know, and I was like, okay. We've got new neighbor and she's got a pug. So pretty much whatever you want to ask, and it will be written. So first things first, this is kind of interesting what I get, that when he was 3 days old, they extracted you from a hospital to Morpheus facility in order to join a Walrider Corps. I mean, practically Walrider, and they didn't knew if you will be suitable for Corps or not. They extracted 1% of your soul. That's kind of interesting. They are calling it soul extractor soul extractor facility. It is huge part. It is worth of the DUMB, the deep underground military base. So not dump as being stupid, but dump as abbreviation of deep underground military base. Okay,
Right.
just by the way.
Mhm.
So, sir, that's it. And technically, it went on and on for 3 years in real time. But 3 seconds in, how can I call it? Our comprehension of time. So pretty much they somehow re-aged you to be 3 days old again. And then they were very, very hyped about your let's say DNA profile, you know, and they choose you for Walrider Corps. But something is extremely weird. This did not happen in 1962. It's not true.
Hmm.
This happened in 1922.
Wow.
So, in the first place, they de-aged you, because re-aged you, that means like they will make older, and re-aged you, that means, pardon me, make younger, and I mean much younger. The question is, I never encountered something like that, like never.
Wow.
If you will be older, like, I don't know, kid, like, for example, 6, 9, 12, or being teenage or early adulthood, okay, no problem. But why they will de-age you as extremely little baby in the first place? Because we've got, I mean, I need to ask you one solid thing. Did you ever heard about 20 and back time traveling program? That's important. Did you ever heard about it?
Yes, I have. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So this is the question, but we've got, I've got the links. Look about for me, okay? I've got tons of stuff, and we need to get links. So I need to search. What? Okay. So you okay. So you was 20 years old where you was when you was born. It is give me a second. It's confusing. In 1922, you should be born, okay? But in this timeline, you was already 20 years old, and technically this happened because you met Nikola Tesla.
Wow.
And you approached him. You never ever, sorry, I need to say, it's saying in English, you doesn't give a shit about Slavic languages. No, because with all due respect to you, and you speak fluently Serbian to him.
Mm.
And he was kind of, what? I'm in fucking America, and someone who is African American is like, what the? He was. he looked at you, and you said something like, I don't wanna speak Serbian, okay? It's like 50-50 Serbian, Croatian. They are extremely similar, both languages. Croatians are using our alphabet, normal. Serbians, Cyrillic. I mean, like Russians are. Do you know what I mean? Russian writing system. Absolutely doesn't matter at this point in this part of conversation. And you literally said, I am from 2082, and I am here about to save the world. You said this to him. What should I do? Should I make the things up?
No, I want the whole thing. I didn't know I was that arrogant, but
no, it wasn't arrogant. And you gave him the stuff.
Oh wow.
It looks it's small. It's some sort of like we've got those cards like SD cards and all kind. Those extremely small stuff.
Right.
And it is literally Cyberpunk's case scenario. Everything was crazy, like Metro, those video games, like post-apocalyptic, what so forth, like everything damaged, people being like 50-50, mankind / android, what so forth. And you said what happened? That Germans won a Second World War.
Oh man.
They nuke race was against the whole aliens, like aliens, not aliens, but alliance, like US, Russians, and all the people, all of the nations.
Yeah.
Yes, because they were huge empire.
Right.
Germans, they were huge empire, and somehow it ended up very bad, because in our case scenario, we were very close to nuke crap scenario, and in that scenario it didn't end up well. And some people, hit the nerves, and they push the red button, and we know rest of the story. Or let's say we can imagine rest of the, I mean, if you are really, if you really want to hear, I can say full the story. If you really want. No problem.
I want to know as much as I can. I mean, I've had, this journey has been interesting for me. So
yes,
I want to know as much as I can.
So if you are curious, and pretty much you met him, and him is pretty much the one. And that was the only survival human, full human, like without any arguments, without no chips. Do you know what I mean? Any sort of AI stuff in the brain and anything. Right. My bad, not him. Him and her, like the pair. They can have children, like humankind children. And they sent you back in the time.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, in 1922. And I will say you why. 1922. You know what? Because 1923, 1924.
Stock market.
No, Jessica. It happened 1929. It was Hitler's march to Munich. So pretty much Hitler's came to power like 1 or 2 years later. And you was about to prevent the whole, how can I say it, case scenario, the situation.
So now I'm in my presence as a black man going back. I mean, in Germany. I mean, is that what I'm looking like, or am I? In
yes,
a different
sir. I will. Please, sir, if you want, we can make tons of sessions because this is most wild. This is a roller coaster. You are a very important person. Yeah. You are a very important person. And just by the way, there were 4 attempts to kill Martin Luther King, and only the last one happened. You saved his ass, if we want to be that kind of rude, 3 times, just by the way.
Wow.
The question is, why you did not, let's say, remember that? We will go to everything. I've got linked.
Anything. I mean, other than the dreams that I've had, and I've had several that have replayed over and over again. If I dream, I'll go right back to it and I'll start. And I think I've talked to Jessica. I've actually saw someone in my dreams that we both know, the Power Lady. I saw her several times, many times in my dreams, and I was like, I know who she is. I know exactly who she is. And it just kind of blew my mind. So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but
No, it's important because, for example, you are the very first guy who was high, and I mean extremely high ranked in CIA. You trained Russell Adler, just by the way, who is in video game too, but it is real person. He is real person. I know him personally. I know him personally, okay? I know him personally.
So in the storyline of Fringe, there is a guy that is running the facility. Is he connected? You know, the gentleman that runs a facility in Fringe?
Yes, but he was infiltrated in was infiltrated into the stuff because those guys were not okay. They were not okay. I'm just saying.
No, well, I'll show you that this guy, Lance Reddick, who plays.
Phillip. Sorry, in Fringe. Yes, I mean, sorry, my bad. He's good guy, but I'm talking about how can I say it?
Is he connected to that character? From Fringe.
But the thing is, you was the very first one who was infiltrated into Monarch. It's important because Monarch is doing a lot of crap. He's doing a lot of crap. Monarch as a private, not as a butterfly, but it is behind the curtain. It is shadow organization. They are huge. They are multinational corporation, army contractor for U.S. Army, and they are doing a lot of bad things. And even it was your idea, just by the way, and not only idea, but the whole complexity of how to infiltrate Monarch, it was crazy. And those people, there was this gentleman in CIA, and they said it is impossible, and you said, you know what, shut up, cop, because you created basically Monarch, and now you are dead afraid of them.
Oh wow.
You don't dare. It's like if anyone dare to infiltrate Monarch, because look, it's easy. I swear to God, you heard about MK Ultra, right? Yes. Very bad stuff during Cold War.
Yeah.
and pretty much it went out of control in 70s, half 70s. And they start to create those, because it's like, nah, even CIA definitely not, and DARPA, they don't wanna get their hands dirty. It's bullshit. And they started to create those, I don't want to say create, to create connections with those private multinational corporations. They've got annual budgets of hundreds of trillions of dollars. It's absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I was like, let's do it. And the guy who was in charge of SAD was this elite army unit, and he was like, "Eh?" It's like, if you are you fool? And you said, shut the fuck up. We need to help those people.
Memories back. How do I get memories back? I mean, how can I?
I will tell you something, okay? You helped a lot of people, but sometimes in very nasty way and in the first place. And in the second place, sometimes they catch you and they torture you. And the question is, do you really want to have such memories back?
Yeah.
It is your own risk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because sometimes you want to make an omelette, you need to break eggs. You know, you need to make a logging the trees. The stuff is just, flying everywhere, and without proper protection, damage done, And this is it. You really want to have such a burden if you are on your, mind? This is look, I am not saying, nah, don't do that. I am asking you normally, because you are a nice guy, you are a sweet guy. I don't know.
Well,
I don't know.
This is another thing to think about.
Yeah.
There's another thing to think about is when you start to remember, those old enemies can find you again.
That's the problem.
Is that right?
They will hunt you. That's what my problem has been. That's what Peter's problem has been.
Yeah.
Because I remember everything. I get in a lot of trouble.
Me too.
Yeah. Peter remembers all his stuff as well.
So there seems to be quite a few people who know. Well, I can't say quite a few people, but there are people who actually know who I am now, and
it would open up. No,
believe me, sir. Believe me, that's not true. It will open up the whole new. It will be whole new level. It will be, as I am using it. It's my saying, next level shit. It will be like. Pandora's box. Open Pandora's box. It will be like avalanche, like trigger an avalanche.
You'll have to keep moving and getting out of different areas so they're scalaring you, or you become a high targeted individual.
We are using it tie wrap. Give me a second, sir. There it is. Here
Unless you're prepared to do that, that's when you can. But it sounds like you dug in pretty deep and you were involved with CIA and conflicting with some very powerful groups.
Yeah,
Peter's having problems right now, and as much as he knows, he's having problems. With things.
It was just crazy though, because so I probably, because
sir. Can you write this down, please? It is important, very important. It is crucial.
Targeted Individual Research Advanced Program.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I have it. Okay, I see it right here. Okay. Okay. Interesting. I was able to actually walk on to Fort Meade. And I was surprised that I could do that because I don't have, and I don't know how they knew, but I don't have any kind of government, at least military ID or anything. And I just like.
You have, sir. You have. I can see everything you have.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Don't even touch it. Don't even scratch the surface.
I'm not even. No,
I will tell you.
Gonna,
It is like something what is extremely, let's say, fragile. Don't touch it. Don't touch it. Just look. Just let it be. Don't do crap, because they will start to hunt you. They will start to hunt you for even one stupidest, shittiest, small thing in the world. They've got records. Despite, look, records from another reality, and they've got everything on you. They've got your badge number, being a police officer, like. Police on investigator, not officer. First few years, police officer, then investigator. For special murder cases, being in Vietnam, what absolutely doesn't make any sense. Being in Vietnam and being in Desert Shield and Desert Storm. 1991 in Iraq. Iraq versus Kuwait, this war, and I was like, what the heck? And then they realized that they made the stupidest mistake in the world, and they twisted it from 1990s and early 2000s. It was my bad. Your police career to 70s and 80s. Because it doesn't make any sense. You cannot do it that old. I mean, if the age, you should be long retired.
Right, yeah.
Everything. It's so stupid. Because look,
put it up,
if I want to make up something, I don't want to say me, but whoever. Okay, I need to make it as a professional. Not with such a stupid mistakes.
Right. So, wow. So I should just kind of just like make no waves or anything. Just kind of
No,
go.
But I'm just, sir, with all respect to you, sir, I am saying how the things are, and I was like, okay. He was in Vietnam at service, and your cousin, first-hand cousin, was a priest, and he helped mentally. This is because it is like mentally disabled or like insane people, right? No, At that time in Cold War, especially in military. They are using specific term, mentally dismantled people, aka people suffering heavy, and I mean heavy, ultra heavy PTSD. You know what is PTSD, sir? Okay, you know. Perfect. And the stuff is this cousin.
This really answers a lot of questions now, because I was dealing with Randy Kramer for
sorry, sir. And now we've got one problem.
Okay.
Then they realized that Ramirez, surname. It is not just kind of good for you because you are African American, okay? And then it was like you and a power lady, and bam, dad, her second first-handed cousin should be your first-handed cousin. You know what I mean?
So you're saying that they're related? They're like relatives?
Blood relatives, like let's say some sort of widespread it, but yes, that's correct. Exactly, because they realize that Ramirez is not that kind of good idea, and after 1 year they change it.
It's like fourth generation or something. But
yeah. Thank you.
okay,
Yeah,
so they had a relation, because I saw that they had a relationship. Like
and I mean, in the one of the case scenarios, aka timelines, I'm calling it case scenario for FII. It will be because you traveled through many timelines.
Wow. Okay.
What is his name in this other place, Peter? Does he have another name?
You know Jackson. Relative to Michael Jackson, just by the way.
But then I was connected to Michael Jackson too.
Yeah, I know.
That's not Michael Jackson, was I? Oh my God.
He was related to him. He was his cousin, just by the way. And the thing is, we ended up locked in one prison. It was a huge corridor, and they caught us. I don't know who. It was very weird Arabic language. I can speak Arabic. Nah, it wasn't Arabic. I can speak Farsi. Sorry, Farsi. Help me. Iran. People in Iran, what they are. Jeez. Persian. I can speak Persian. Oh, I got it. Finally. Pashtun. Pashtun, it's a language in Afghanistan. I think it was Pashtun, but it was some sort of very weird Pashtun dialect. Long story short, they locked us, and we were looking at each other from cell to cell. It was stupidest shit in the world.
Who are you looking at?
I was in the fucking cell with you, Jessica, with Rolf, and whoever know, and we were in the same cells, and then we realized that it wasn't cell. It was multiple cells with gel-ish. You cannot see it, but you can feel it, like gel stuff, and it extremely hurt. It is like, how can I say it? Like something, what is, I don't want to say electricity, but it's something like it hurts like hell if you touch it.
Wow.
Is that related to the 88-year mission?
Yeah, okay. It's officially out. Thank you very much. Information breach. And you always said this code word. Sorry, you. And I was like, oh my fucking God, and we are screwed. Because you said this, sorry, it was very important mission. It took 88 years in many planets and other dimensions. I am not kidding you, I am saying how it was.
Okay.
So and it was like 4 or 5 months ago, something like it, in our timeline. And we ended up locked in this ward, and then they showed up. Okay, we screwed.
Wow.
Who was they?
Oh, small gray shitties. Zeta.
Zeta. Okay.
What they are talking about? They are like 4 feet.
Okay.
Gray. and human-ish kind, aka extremely big head in comparison with the rest of the body, small, slender corp, super, 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 super long and tiny. Once again, in comparison with the rest of the body, both hands and legs. Almost no mouth, almost no nose, and super big black eyes. And you said, you just said this, and I'm like, oh my fucking god, that was like code word for help us. I even don't wanna, because I cannot say the code word, not code word, code term. And it was like SOS, something like SOS, but for the mission purposes. And it was like saying this, and I was like, okay, what in the world are you doing here? And then I realized that all of us are imprisoned, are encaged, and I was like, bam, perfect. We are screwed. Yeah. the craziest roller coaster of my life, this session.
Wow, this is unbelievable. It was unbelievable. So I was on different planets as well. I mean, is that? Of course. Okay.
On many
different planets as well. Okay. So my time and I'm located, and I'll let you know where I'm located. I mean, so I'm sure they know, or whoever they are, know who I am, where I am, because
I understand what you are trying to say, but look, it is like stay low profile and don't do crap, because it is like, I will tell you.
Okay.
Don't tease Cobra barefoot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do it, but you know what will happen.
Okay. So I gotta just.
It is like, let's
They
say,
know.
for certain reason, don't ask me why. Maybe we can figure out in next session. They are letting you okay. They're like letting you be, no problem, okay?
Right. That's why I don't understand. Yeah. Why are they?
But what I know for sure that they are observing you.
Yeah, I've got a feeling of that. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So, okay, be serious about this. So, he was Brown, Patrick Brown, or at least he should be Patrick Brown. And this cousin, and he is priest, not just some sort of. He literally went to and just by the way, Protestant priest, no matter, like let's say Christian priest, okay, but he was a doctor, a mad doctor. Try to guess the measure. Yeah, psychiatric.
Okay.
Because as I said, it is like not like insane or something. They literally are using this term, mentally dismantled.
Mentally.
Mentally dismantled. It is
Dismantled.
like people suffering heavy trauma and everything, mostly PTSD and everything, and they were using this term like this huge stamp, mentally dismantled. Yeah. And he was constantly protesting that a huge amount of patients they were having different diagnoses, wide variety of diagnoses, and they forced him. HQ command ship
Mhm.
forced him to write this diagnosis: mentally dismantled because of PTSD.
That's what they said about him?
No, please, not about Brown, either Brown or Father Brown, or about the people. Father Brown was like their doctor. No, that's the problem, and the reason was that was the reason why Father Brown left the army, because it was a mental problem for him. Those people have different diagnoses. Not only that. Give me a second. This is my duty to serve our beloved Lord God, Jesus Christ, and Holy Spirit, but especially for greater purposes of good, for freedom of of American people. And I refuse doing this, and I refuse doing this kind of disciplinal problem with my belief, what I swore as I left MD, you know what I mean, like medical doctor, as a medical doctor university, because you are forcing me only for one diagnosis. I will report this problem to HQ in Pentagon. It is a huge report. I'm just saying summary. Do you know what I'm trying to say? I mean, my bad. I read the summary.
Wow.
This is crazy. And just by the way, I can see it. He literally wrote a report, like very unsettling report to HQ and Pentagon, that it is not okay what they were forcing to diagnose all of those patients. And it was just, by the way, not if people were suffering PTSD, but if there were, for example, right, white phosphorus. People don't like white phosphorus because it were killing not only soldiers but civilians, devastating, nature. Also called Rainbow Project. Agent Orange. Did you ever heard about the Agent Orange?
I've heard of Agent Orange. Is that part of white phosphorus? I mean, what is that?
No, not sir. I'm talking. It is extremely poisonous. White phosphorus is the whole different case, but it is highly poisonous. I'm talking about Agent Orange, and the officers from the soldiers and officers from the battlefield, war zone, they were giving reports, and just because of that, they gave literally, hey, Father Brown, examine those people because we believe that they are mentally dismantled. And I will say it loudly. This is fucked up. They were serving for something, for America, and just because they said something what they don't like, and many of them ended up locked up in absolutely crazy facility in those desert states somewhere. It's huge. DUMB stuff. They made a lot of army experiments on the patients. It is absolutely crazy. And 80-90% of them were not people they should be there. They were normal, and they were, quotes, enemy of regime. It is like, what the heck? It is not dictatorship. Is you a US dictatorship, or what the fuck is that? Because I know few words in DUMB, and they told me such horrible stories like you will throw up. You will throw up. It is in the middle of nowhere. Absolutely, like hundreds or maybe thousands of miles of nothing. And then somewhere in the end of the nowhere, huge doors.
Marine Corps Logistics Base Barstow.
And where it is, Jessica? It should be in
San Bernardino County. Here, I'll show you.
So, and that's the problem. This was another problem, because Father Brown knew exactly where those people will end up, and he was like, "Nah, yeah, Mill, that's a."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it can be California. Yeah, it can be California. I don't wanna fool you, okay? I don't wanna fool you. But it was, long story short, it was in the desert part of some sort of state. Long story short, I don't want to fool you. I wasn't sure. The thing is, he as a believer, okay, and he as a doctor, MD, medical doctor, he was like, nah, I don't want to do that, because he didn't knew that in the first place. But immediately as he got this knowledge, no, I don't want to do this, because he's always they force him to write mentally dismantled.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's crazy. That is crazy. What do you think about?
And one thing, you was the one who warned him, like, but those people are okay. And I will tell you why they were, quotes, not okay once they met him. Because they drugged them. Like, they were okay, but before meetings with appointments with Father Brown, whoever they were, it doesn't matter at this point of conversation, they drugged them. So how you will react once you will be high, like, like under the influence, you will say crazy shit, and of course you will be like, and psychiatrist, he will say, you are not okay, if you know what I'm trying to say. And you weren't, like, because he was your first-handed cousin. It's just so stupid.
Wow. I don't know what to say. I have no idea what to say. Oh my goodness. Jeez.
But hey, I need to say this. It is important for you to know. It is.
Yeah, I want to know, and this is what I need to know. Yeah, I need to know. I'm just astounded, at my involvement in this whole thing. I mean, I just had no idea. It's still kind of
because for him, look, if someone will be drugged, don't use term high, drugged, heavily drugged. Of course, there will be unstandard behavior, but you know those people from battlefield, right? And you said but those people are not like that. And then Father Brown go there, and he confronted the commander-in-chief, who was 4-star general, and he screamed at him. And Father Brown was huge. Father Brown was huge, and he was calm, he was patient. And do you know what happened then? He screamed at him that it is bullshit. I don't want to be. And then Father Brown, it hit his nerves, and he punched him in the face.
Wow. Wow.
The 4-star general. Yeah.
So,
but to be honest, it was fucking insult. What the fuck?
Right.
What the fuck? And then he left the army. And he got in multiple communities in all around the U.S. He traveled all around the U.S.
Well, why is this important about Father Brown? It's someone else, right?
It is important because Father Brown saved twice for capturing him and sending him to Barstow. Twice.
Curious as to what branches of the military was I associated with. I mean, it sounds like many branches, or I mean, how does when in the military, what branches was I associated with?
Okay. It was they were Rangers and SEALs, Navy SEALs. But SEALs can be pretty much anything. But SEALs, it's like the elite SEALs. It's like SEAL 6. It's like everything about them are pretty much classified, confidential. Like people cannot talk about it. Both of those like, you know, Rangers and SEAls.
Rangers and SEAls. Okay, so
Rangers. Army Rangers. My bad. Like, you know.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Man.
This is important, Jessica. This is it. Why we were so many talking about Father Brown, because they knew who warned Father Brown about those people. They knew that it was you. And when you went back to US, they were heavily after you. And it was like they need to do anything at any cost for you to end up in the Barstow. And two times, he personally saved your ass, if we want to say that way, kind of nasty way, before ending in the Barstow. It's absolutely crazy.
I had one person recently who this was about, I would say, last spring. I think I had a session with someone, and I found out some information about myself. Okay. And so this person that I had the session with was saying that, well, you know, there's probably been someone tracking you for a long time, a handler or something like that. And I started thinking back, okay, so who could this be? So there's a friend of mine I've known for like 20 something years. You know, we talk 3-4 times a year. So I just happened to give him a call. I said, man, let me just give this guy a call. So I give him a call, and he just starts, unsolicited, started talking to me about DUMBs, underground bases, deep underground military bases.
The dumps, yeah, it's not okay.
And then this guy just started, like, he was like almost confessing, like he was He said, "Hey, we got to get together." And I said, "Oh, wow. What are you talking?" And I didn't hear from this guy again. I tried to call him back, whatever. So I talked to the other person. They said, "Well, yeah, he probably knew that you were calling and what you were calling about." I said, "But I didn't solicit anything." And this guy just started giving me all this information about how he's been tracked, how there's the bases and all. He just started giving me all this information. I was like, "Man, what are you talking about?" And he said, "Let's get together." I said, "Okay." I named the place. Hadn't heard from him since. This has been like almost a year now. And I'm like, this is kind of scary, you know.
Because if he's being tracked and you're being tracked, then he has to worry about your people coming after you and his people, you know, so it's like double.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't. I didn't know at the time my level. Right now, I'm getting the most information that I've ever gotten right now, and this is
right now.
This is the most information that I've ever gotten, and it's mind blowing, really.
Do you wanna advise, please? And this is not the thread or something.
No, please.
Friendly advice.
Please, yes.
Places they don't because they don't suspect those places. Go to farm/ranch states like Iowa, Wyoming, Nebraska, Dakota, or something. Yeah, weather is extreme. I understand that. Oklahoma. Go there. If there are free, I don't want to say they are free, but if you have money, sell everything, and if you know how, start farming. Those people will never go after you because they believe that farmers, how can I say it? The farmers are not dangerous.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's going to be an option for me.
No. I'm saying how it works because I know their mindset,
right?
Their state of mind.
Yeah,
I know it, and this is important because Barstow. Once again, I need to say about Barstow, it's crazy facility, and I will tell you why. I don't know if you ever heard about Wernicke brothers, Karl Rudolf Wilhelm Wernicke.
No.
They were first-handed cousins of Joseph Mengele. You know who was Joseph Mengele? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
They've got sons. 9 sons in total. Wernicke brothers. 3 of them are operating in a fucking Barstow. And you don't even know. I don't even need to. I mean, I cannot say. I don't need to say which kind of shitty experiments they are making on the innocent people. Innocent people. They were honest people, army veterans, people I don't know, for example, something happened. People ended up, bad coincidence, something. They ended up in the Barstow. And they making lobotomies, like crazy shit, needles to the head, to the brain and anything, crazy shit. I mean, no, pure abomination. No, bad things. Yeah. So you can be happy that you didn't ended up in the Barstow, but we need to go back because this is like absolutely crazy. Being you, 1922, 20 years old, meeting Tesla, okay? This is absolutely crazy. This is a big, huge loop. How you met Tesla, this is important. And what happened then? And Tesla just scratched his head and he was like, you mean this? And he you just he just grab your hand, and he was like, okay, just he just sorry, my bad. I mean, like, you just pull your hand, and both of you ran to the through the big corridor. I can see video, so it's absolute bullshit. Because in the 1922, yeah, we've got videos.
What?
In 1922, but definitely not colored video, like HD color and sound, great sound videos. So it's kind of dicey. And okay, this is my latest innovation. That what Tesla said. And this is some sort of capsule. It looks like a capsule, like you eat capsule, like medication. It is approximately 3 feet, less than 3 feet, and it is like lying capsule, right?
Okay.
And he said many stuff, and you was looking at him. Okay. It was in Serbian because he believes that you understand the Serbian, It is not because I didn't understand. Just say me in a normal speech, And it was like, okay. Pretty much time machine. And it was like,
wow,
looking at him, and you said, aha. So this shit ruins my fucking life.
It's crazy.
Sorry, it's sorry.
Crazy. Oh,
sorry.
You can put
But
that.
I'm saying what happened.
That's a good line. That's a good line.
No, I'm just saying how it happened. I'm saying, and Tesla was, and I believe it will be it will be something useful. And you said, yes, it is. But you never think about one stuff, that if you will mess with time, it can have consequences. And he was a mad scientist, like prototype of mad scientist. And he said, consequences? It should be for something good. And he was like, palm face, hit your punch with your palm to your face. Yeah. Consequences.
yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah.
I'm just saying.
You're cracking up, man. That's interesting. Oh my God, Tesla. Wow.
Well, just tell me. Well, just tell me.
What do I say? What can I say? I didn't expect this at all. I didn't expect this at all. And in fact, was walking around, it's like, why anybody pick me for any of these things at all? I'm just, the person observing this stuff. I'm not in it. And now I feel like, oh my God, I'm like a big part of this thing. And I don't know what to say at this point other than I came into it wanting to know so much more and kind of like, okay, I'm going to get this and now I'm like, okay, maybe I should kind of ease back a little bit. I mean, from what you guys are telling me, I probably should kind of.
Yeah, but look.
Down a little bit.
In the first place, I never faked, aka make up things in the first place.
I don't want you to. Please don't. I appreciate all of this. I appreciate it all.
But the thing is, if people have bad records, I mean bad, like if they, I almost say commit something, people hate it. People don't like to hear it, But you've got all the stuff what is good, or at least it looks like that.
Right.
And that it happened.
It is what it is.
1923. You've been 40 years old. Yeah, 20 and back. We are used to that. and you are you are looking at there for the from the what is that? Interesting, from Düsseldorf in
Wow.
Germany,
Wow.
and you was pretty much commanding the operation. What is absolute bullshit, because CIA was formed in our reality in 1947.
Okay. Wow.
And you pretty much successfully, because it absolutely doesn't make any sense. Tons of realities and scenarios are mixing in your life.
Mhm.
You are like magnet for it.
Wow.
And you was pretty much head of the operation.
What?
And there was this guy who assassinated Hitler. And you was the head of the operation in Düsseldorf, in Germany.
Oh my God. Ugh.
And there was this guy,
Wow.
and who was some sort of, they've got SW, help me, shortwave radio transmission code.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And he was like extremely nervous.
Mm.
And I was like, because I wasn't able to determine why he was so nervous, because I'm saying like all the operations and everything, you know. And our 1923 in another timeline, okay, and it is you, but not 20, but being 40 years old, okay. And of course we don't have CIA. As I said, CIA was formed in our reality in 1947. We know that. And there it was Agency for Foreign Security.
Okay.
Of course, American, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Foreign Security Agency, FCA, you know.
Some of these missions, did I do paratrooping? A lot of, because I think the Rangers, they did a lot of paratrooping or whatever.
Yeah, that's correct. You did.
The
You
reason
did
I asked is
behind the you did behind enemy stuff, behind enemy lines,
okay.
in the you know, on the Vietnam War. But this is very important. Don't mess the topics.
Mm-hmm.
And despite you succeed, despite you succeed, they, I mean US side, made ghost protocol, what is specific term, if something didn't end up well.
Okay.
For the mission, it can end up well, no problem. But if agencies say, or start to believe it is not well, because agency already know that his what was some sort of second man, they were on one cell with Hitler,
Mm-hmm.
Rudolf Hess, will be replacement for Hitler, okay?
Okay.
And your command was to assassinate Hitler, not both.
Wow.
And everything was, how can I say it, like the Germany, because it was Nazi Germany, period, not questions asked. There were chaos. It was total chaos. It is like non plus ultra in English, mayhem, okay?
Wow.
And extremely fast, they voted NSDAP, the same name of the party, Nationalsozialdemokratische Arbeitspartei in German. They extremely fast, less than 1 hour, voted Hess as a replacement of Hitler.
Wow.
And those bastards made gun post protocol on him. Give me a second.
Crazy. Yeah.
Give me a second. And that is when we met.
Okay.
Because I was sent there to extract you and your whole team from the reality and case scenario.
Okay. Wow. Amazing. This is amazing. Amazing.
Why? What is so amazing? I'm just normally asking you. What is amazing?
Because, well, I guess because I don't have all the memories right now.
Okay.
I think that's what makes it amazing. And I'm just thinking at the level that I was at. I mean, of command. That's something that else is that's kind of hard to believe for me. I mean, I was like, oh my God, I had a lot of management positions and things like that, and managed things, but I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm like, my goodness, wow, my goodness.
What should I say? Should I make up? No, I'm not making up things. I'm saying what is written here.
I'm just amazed that was me. I'm like,
it's hard for him to wrap his head around the information because it's a lot at once.
It's a lot.
And
this is the most I have ever. I mean, before before you, this was the most. Before Jessica, I didn't get much, and then Jessica gave me a lot, and I was like, oh my God. And then this is like on top of it,
Because I recognized you right away. We started talking, and I said, I know I've talked to you before.
Yeah.
We started, it was familiar, but you heard the interview we had, right? We talked.
Yeah.
And then you were really busy, Peter, I think for a long time.
Yeah, that was.
And then finally.
Mm-hmm.
So finally he's talking, and now you've unloaded all sorts of data and information, and he's trying to.
Sorry for that, but
on one thing, and it's like 20 things, that are really big.
Yeah. See, with Jessica, when I talked to Jessica, I thought I was just a soldier, kind of like, okay, doing missions. But now it's like, and I talk to you, I'm like, oh my God, what? Oh, wow.
So almost like you need to go more in depth about like the part where, you met these people in the future, they send you back here.
Yeah,
and Peter,
that was the best cover you will possibly have. Wow. Ended up in the Netherlands. No, that was your official cover. Okay. Being from help me, SAR, South African Republic, because it was former, at that time it was Netherlands colony.
Okay.
So you was also called officially from South African Republic. And you was doing like some sort of small works, like transport goods, like let's say diamonds and something like that. And then it was hard for you and blah, blah, blah. And then you was at the bakery, grocery stores, and because the wages were not that good, and I mean in Netherlands. And you ended up somehow in Germany. It was official cover for you. Just FYI. I'm not saying it has. You've got the whole cover, like your whole life was fake, because you need to have fake life,
right?
In order to make such a complicated operation. And you need to memorize everything. Where you was born, how many cousins, siblings, cousins you have, the school dates, blah, 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 blah. You need to memorize anything.
You know, it's interesting that you say that because I have so many, I've had so many jobs, and a lot of people say, man, you've done everything. And I'm like, well, I've done quite a few things. And I've also worked a lot of places where I've worked in operations, where I've had to do a lot of things at one time and monitor the operations. So this kind of goes almost like with like, I guess this life, I don't know what to say, this timeline I'm in. So that's interesting.
But I will tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, I never said it will be easy. I said it will be true.
All right. So I have a question.
Okay.
Last night, I kept on looking at this movie called Dutch 2, The Angel's Revenge. And it's actually a guy that's on the darker side of things. He's like a gangster type of guy. And they call him Dutch. He doesn't know why they call him Dutch, but the name sticks and he becomes like this big deal, So is this another timeline?
Yeah.
That's involved?
But the thing is, give me a second. The thing is, not, once again, not a bad guy, but good guy infiltrated in mafia, just by the way. Because you had quite a few, and I mean quite a few missions. No, mission is small. Operations. It is much bigger. Operation is much bigger than a mission. Being as investigator in 70s and 80s, when you as a personally, you was infiltrated in gangs in New York.
Interesting.
Just by the way.
So this is a perfect example of how they find you. So you got involved with these gangs or whatever, and this mafia group, they named you Dutch because they would have remembered you from the South African colony.
Do you understand what is Jessica saying? Don't mess around with things.
They find you.
Movies and video games, TV shows and video games. Wow. Nothing of this is a coincidence. We are calling it self-disclosure, and it is some sort of warning. Those people, they can remember, hey guys, we know that you exist. Don't mess around with us.
We recognize your name and, or recognize where you came from.
So,
serious.
How can I stay? How can I stay anonymous?
Just stay low as you are. Stay low as you are.
Yeah.
Okay. No more. Okay. Because I got to this point because I was searching for you guys. And I found, so now I'm here. I better just kind of like, kind of.
This is crucial for me. Like you are a very important person, and I'm like, this is such a roller coaster. I didn't hurt for years. And you as a being as a head. And I mean not the head as someone who led operation,
wow,
but who literally designed the operation and insisted on operation and volunteered for operation in the first place.
See,
for infiltrating Monarch. You are goddamn fucking brave, and I will not watch my language because this is absolutely crazy. Not so many people will voluntarily do that. It is like you've got I don't know, you've got Rottweiler or you've got Pitbull. No, not Pitbull, XXL bully out of control. And someone is like, okay, I will train this fucking dog because I know how to do it. Yes, I can. I'm doing it for a living. I don't want to say I am, but it is some sort of parallel. And he was like, do you know, you're fucking bastards. You created that. And now you are saying you don't want to do it. You was arguing with those guys for almost 4 hours. But come on a second. Not without reason. You just smash a huge file like a Bible. It was huge. And you've got in-depth details of operation. You prepared it. It was so perfectly detailed. I can see it. It's absolutely perfect. Analytically, everything. Like you need to have so many encounters with people inside the monarch because they've got some sort of, let's say, cult. They look like a cultish, being highly elite. It is some sort of very weird, how can I say it, like,
know who I am. If they see me, that will like people from Monarch or these other corporations, or will they know, like, okay, that there he is.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They definitely don't do crap.
And how would I?
They are the
how
biggest
can I
problem.
recognize others? I want to be able to you know.
You do, but you don't acknowledge it. You recognize me. You do acknowledge it. You recognized a power lady. You know what I mean? You recognize Peter. You are recognizing people.
Okay,
You're just not acknowledging that you do. But the other thing too, Peter, that plan that you said he had that was perfect. I mean, he had access almost like being in the future. He knew how the plan should go in order to work.
That's correct.
So who is going to be able to take down Monarch? Because they have been torturing children and doing the most awful things possible.
That is I don't want to say the problem. This is the stuff that will be your work. But, and this is the stuff because it will be like you are saying nonsenses. It happened. Okay, don't wrap around it. Just stay focused. It happened in alternate timeline / I'm calling it context of existence. But for our reality, our context of existence, it only will happen, okay?
Okay.
But you will be ahead of it. You will be ahead of it. And in the first place, because those dogs, wolf dogs, you was the master of wolf dogs. So pretty much it was like, and he was just between the teeth say, that was my destiny to be kept here. Like it was something like that. That it was some sort of Russian, Caucasian-ish language, Osset language.
Wow.
And then this babushka, old lady, was coming, and it was like, what the heck is this guy saying? And this very, very old lady just looked at you, smiled with some sort of ironic smile, and with very Slavic accent said, this is what I said. And then, and babushka vanished.
Wow.
It is absolutely crazy. And this is video footage from your surveillance camera, CCTV.
Wow. got. Let me ask you as well.
Sorry, I'm just saying because I am absolutely surprised. This the whole records of you have, it absolutely blows my mind. Sorry for that. I'm just constantly saying.
It blows your mind. I'm like I'm totally blown away about all of this, all of it. So that means like my mother and my father's not my father then, right?
Kind of.
So he's not.
Because pretty much, no, not physically. No, I am saying in different reality, different parents.
Okay.
Not like different, like your mother cheated your father with different men. No, not like that.
Mm-hmm.
Different reality, different parents.
Right.
But you still being a freaking American all the time.
Okay.
It's absolutely crazy. This is crazy.
I'm trying to, wrap my head around the whole thing and trying to understand because we talked about jumps and everything and because I've actually had 2 hip replacements. I think I said that. I'm not sure if I did or not. And the doctor asked me, hey, when you were a kid, what were you doing, as a kid? Now, after I hear all this, I'm like, oh, I know what I was doing now. Okay. I was going on missions, but
yeah,
as a kid, but it's just, okay. And now I've got to draw it back now because I don't want to bring, I guess, a lot of attention to myself or whatever. I don't know. And because before I was like, okay, I got to find out what's going on with me, what's happening. And my wife's thinking, oh man, you're losing it, you're crazy. I know what's happening with me. So now, I guess I want to kind of, because people who see me, I've never in this reality joined the military. Never joined the military, and everybody who sees me says, "Oh, so how long were you in the military?" I was like, "Hey, wait, hold it."
No. This is in the first place. I am like, okay, 20, 25 years, because I've got in my ear. Oh, sorry, I'm crazy. In my eyes, and ears. The people, how they look, their mimics, gesticulations, the body language, the style how they the style how they are speaking, and I was like, hey, yeah, this is another stuff.
I can't help myself.
No, this is important. This is important. I was like, okay, sir, I know you. And once you told me like I never was, and I was like, nah, this doesn't look right. This is not okay.
Everybody says that when they see me. I was like, come on,
I don't know what should I think about it.
I can't. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can't control my mouse, so I can't do anything. But
I will tell you why. Because I sent cat, and it ate your mouse. Cat ate your mouse.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
That's a terrible joke.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. No, I think it's because they hear me talking and they're like, okay, that's enough. We don't want you to say anymore. That's probably what it is.
This is the stuff. But look, this is mind-blowing for me. Absolutely mind-blowing.
Wow, man.
I never saw something like that. Never.
Oh, wow. I don't know what to say. This is, if you're mind-blowing, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I have no idea. I have to sit back and really take a day and think about this, but if I at some point, maybe in a couple of weeks, we can do this again.
If you are
because
for that,
if you have more to give me, I mean, because whoo, man.
but
Well, you
just
probably have a lot of questions at this point. I would. You know, there's a lot that, you know, just got unloaded.
but look, what should I do? I just said what is written here.
So, Peter, where is this couple that were in the future that helped him to come back?
Try to guess. In the epicenter of everything, in Poland.
Okay, so they're in Poland. Do you know them personally?
Yeah.
I'm assuming yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is absolutely crazy. I'm like, I never ever. What? What happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh, something happened.
That was mind-blowing.
You have been watching Disclosures. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Visit www.acio-official.org and www.readingsbyarael.com to book a private session with Jessica. Feel free to support our work. All links can be found in the description. Thank you, and until next time.